Hi, and welcome to the Crypto Teams channel. I'm Chi Chi, and today we are going to deep dive into the top 10 cryptocurrencies. We're going to go over how to determine if it's a good time to purchase a particular cryptocurrency, how to analyze that cryptocurrency, and whether or not it's a good investment. So let's go ahead and get started.
So now let's go ahead and get started. I personally like to use CoinMarketCap when I'm researching cryptocurrencies. It lists all types of details about the cryptocurrencies that are most popular, even those that are not popular. If there's any type of cryptocurrency that you're looking for and you have questions about it, just go up to the search window up here and you can search on it. It has everything you can possibly think of. Um, CoinMarketCap has been around since 2013, and it's the site that's most used by some of the larger news organizations for learning about cryptocurrency trends, some of the exchanges, NFTs, and it can definitely help you in your investing. So I definitely think CoinMarketCap is the site that you should use, and I use it. And so we're going to go into it and we're going to learn about some of the top cryptocurrencies out there. And we're also going to use it to do some further deep diving into this. So this session will really be to kind of walk you through what I look for when I'm figuring out whether I want to invest in a cryptocurrency, when I want to get in, where I want to actually purchase that cryptocurrency. All of that can be can be found from using the data and the information on CoinMarketCap. As always, please like and subscribe to our channel because we're going to be bringing you regular information on everything related to cryptocurrency and blockchain. So we're asking that you help support us because we're going to, give you a lot of great information. Just a legal disclaimer, we are not um, financial advisors. We are simply sharing this information for the love of it. Whenever you are trading or investing, please know that it's a risk. And so please trade and invest responsibly. This is only for educational purposes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. When I visit CoinMarketCap, I first go to the cryptocurrencies page. If you click on the rankings link at the top, you can see quickly what the top cryptocurrencies are by rank. So let's go ahead and get started with Bitcoin. Now, one thing I always do is I go and I look at the historical data tab and just kind of keep an eye on, how everything has been looking in the market for a particular cryptocurrency. Um, but we're going to go into that a little further. But I just want to kind of just show you an example of some of the things that I look at. Of course, I go to the overview tab. That just gives you a high level overview of where that particular cryptocurrency has been over the last, you can look at the last day, the last 7 days, the last month, the last 3 months. We'll go into that a little bit further. If we scroll down a little bit more, on this overview page, it tells you information about that particular cryptocurrency. So we see, for example, that Bitcoin was started in 2008 by someone who's known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, it's everyone's unsure about whether this is an alias for a person or a person or a group. No one really knows, but Bitcoin is considered to be the father of cryptocurrencies. And so it is really the first one out there, and it's the most popular, and it's the one that's been most adopted by countries really and individuals. So I honestly believe that if you wanted to get started in cryptocurrencies, then Bitcoin is one of the safer ones out there. So let's look at what I look at when I'm investing. Right now, first of all, of course, I look at the price. Now, Bitcoin right now is at 41,541 point 37 $541.37. So uh, that's how much one Bitcoin is worth. But the cool thing is when trading with cryptocurrencies, and now I'm saying this for those that are new and for those that are more advanced. When trading with cryptocurrencies, I can purchase a portion of that cryptocurrency. I don't have to buy one cryptocurrency at $41,541.37. I can buy a tenth of it at 4,150 $550. I mean $4,155. Or I can buy more than that. I don't know if you noticed that the price just actually changed since I've been talking. Because the market is live and the market is moving. The market is moving 24 hours a day. So first I look at the current price. I say, Bitcoin's expensive. Maybe I want to buy a portion of it. Or maybe you want to buy one full Bitcoin. Now, let's look at this. The max supply, one thing I look at is the max supply. The max supply is the total number of, in this case, Bitcoin or whatever the cryptocurrency is. It's the total number that will ever be available. Now, there will be 21 million Bitcoin that will be, and then that will be it. That is the point that after 21 million are in circulation, there'll be no more Bitcoin available. Now, the total supply, that's the number of cryptocurrencies that are actually in circulation right now. So right now, 18,949,762 Bitcoin are in circulation. Why is that important? Well, as a cryptocurrency gets closer, as the total supply gets closer to that max supply, the price of the cryptocurrency will usually go up. There are several cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, for example, that do not have a max supply. And we're going to look at that and talk about that a little further. But in this case, Bitcoin is getting closer to that max supply. So that means that we are expecting Bitcoin to continue to rise. Also because of its popularity, we're expecting Bitcoin to continue to rise. Now, one other thing that I look at is I look at the 24-hour volume. Now, if when translated into dollars, Bitcoin has been traded basically in the last 24 hours, $18 billion, $18.4 billion of cryptocurrency, of Bitcoin cryptocurrency has been traded. So the reason that's important is because that means that that particular cryptocurrency is very liquid. So in this case, Bitcoin is very liquid, and you want something with high liquidity because you don't want to purchase something that you can't get out of. I really wouldn't buy anything that has a 24-hour volume that is less than 10 million. Some of the smaller cryptocurrencies may have a 24-hour volume less than 10 million, but I wouldn't purchase those because I would want to be able to get out if I had to sell. So in this case, Bitcoin is looking real good. You can get in and get out with no problem. Now, fully diluted market cap. This is the price in US dollars when there are no more Bitcoin available. So when we get to 872 billion Bitcoin that's in full circulation, there'll be no more Bitcoin available. If you're looking at and that basically translates the max supply to the fully diluted market cap. And this market cap right here is the total supply that's out right now translated into what's the equivalent of US dollars. So those are some of the things I look at off when I first open up any cryptocurrency. Again, I look at that total dollar amount. What is it worth when I translate it into dollars? Fully diluted market cap, the current volume, the max supply, total supply, circulating supply, and the market cap. So not only do I look at those, but I actually go and look at the charts. I look at, you know, how is this market been doing in the last 24 hours. So I see, if I were to just look at this chart, for example, I'll just open it up to get a bigger view. We see that Bitcoin has gone down, went down earlier in the day to 41,000. Today's peak was in the last 24 hours was $41,727. And again, this is translated into US dollars because we actually know one Bitcoin right now is equivalent to about $41,000. Now, I do a quick glance at the current 1-day chart, but what I really like to look at is the 3-month chart, the 1-year chart, and then the all-time chart. So let's look at the last 3 months and just get an idea of what's going on. So we see that earlier this year, or earlier last year, for example, November 10th of 2021, Bitcoin was at $68,000 per one Bitcoin. It took a dip down to, it looks like $28,000 per $33,000 per Bitcoin. And it looks like it's gradually going up. Now, let's look at the last year. Okay, now this chart actually gives us a little more information. So as we see, if we look at the last year, in July of last year, Bitcoin had gone down to $29,000 per one Bitcoin. So it looks like it hit a peak and then it fell. Now, one thing to note, it's not a good practice to purchase any cryptocurrency or purchase any stock or purchase anything when the price is high. This is like buying anything. You never want to buy, for example, if I were selling pencils, you know, I wouldn't pay $10 for a pencil. I would say that's too high. I would wait till it was 50 cent maybe. And it's the same way with cryptocurrencies. Of course, things are only worth what someone else will pay for it. But with cryptocurrencies, with stocks, with investing in anything, use that same type of logic. We don't want to buy something when it's high. We buy when it's low and we sell when it's high. Traders that are not good traders will get in at the top of a wave and buy something when it's high, and then when it falls, they're like, "Oh, what do I do?" We don't want to get into that practice. We want to buy when it's low. If we look at what happened in June or July of 2021, we see that Bitcoin had fallen. Now, usually what happens is in a market is that when something takes a dip, that's your opportunity to buy. We see how now, so we see this lowest point was last year in July. That means when Bitcoin came back into this area, this is a good place to buy it. So we see Bitcoin made a good dip. Now it may go lower, but hey, if we get in right now and decide to buy something, it's a good place to buy because it's relatively low and we don't want to purchase when it's high. Um, the market is cyclical. Things will come down as long as we're patient. If you buy on a dip, it's always a better practice than just, having the fear of missing out and purchasing when it's high. So we see here Bitcoin looks like it may be starting to go back up. So this might be a good time to buy. So let's just look at the all-time chart. I like looking at that as well. So let's click on that. And so we see, is this the all-time? Let's go back. This is not the all-time. Let's go back one more. This is the all-time. This is what I was looking for. So I just like to have a good idea of how much money I probably could have made. Remember um, that Bitcoin was created in 2008. Oh, the lowest it had gone down to was, I think, $74. This is when you say, wow, I wish I could see then what I see now. I wish I had gotten in, because if I had bought one Bitcoin at $86, I would be happy. Let's just say that I'd be a happy camper when it went to $68,000 per Bitcoin. I'd be beyond happy. I'm happy anyway, but that would make me extra happy. Okay, so this just gives you a good idea of where prices come from. Now, if Bitcoin ever falls, because remember, the markets take dips. Right now, it's dipping, it's coming towards this 25,000 to 35,000 area. So this is a good place to buy in, but it could possibly fall to 10,000. If Bitcoin falls to 10,000, I say really buy some more. If it goes even lower, buy more than that. Remember, it's good to buy on dips. So now let's continue on. So looking at Bitcoin, why is this a good investment? One, because of its history. It is the oldest cryptocurrency. It's been around. There are countries around the world that are even adopting Bitcoin as their main currency. So this is a solid investment. Uh, Also, it seems like it's starting to come down a little low, giving us an opportunity to purchase, to buy. One more thing, Bitcoin is coming up on its total supply, I mean, on its maximum supply. So we have less than 3 million more Bitcoin to be added to circulation before there'll be no more Bitcoin. Again, as the total supply gets to that maximum supply, we know the overall price goes up. Another thing that I like to do is I like to go back to this overview page, and I just like to do some research on the company. If I click on the links that are provided by CoinMarketCap, and this is why I love CoinMarketCap, because you can find everything from the website related to a particular cryptocurrency, um, all the websites really. If there's a community related to that cryptocurrency, you can find that, like the Reddit community. In this case, there's Bitcoin Talk. You can look at some of the source code information and the white paper, which details this cryptocurrency and the blockchain. You can look at all that. This is why I love CoinMarketCap. So I look at all of these when I actually research a cryptocurrency, because it's also very important to understand why a particular cryptocurrency may possibly take off. And many times it's because of the technologies that are being supported by that cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin, we've looked at Bitcoin. It's the first ranked cryptocurrency. It's the most stable. Definitely a good buy when it comes down low. Now, let's go to the second one. The second cryptocurrency that we're going to look at is second on the chart, and it is Ethereum. Ethereum, sometimes known as Ether, is the second most popular cryptocurrency and considered to be the second cryptocurrency right behind Bitcoin. Now, if we look at Ethereum, we see that there is no max supply. And that doesn't worry me in this case, because Ethereum is ranked number 2, right along Bitcoin. It's some of the it's one of the most popular. Uh, I like the price It's only worth $3,000 per Ethereum. Uh, Also, let's look at this 24-hour supply. In the last 24 hours, the volume of it has been traded 12 in reference to US dollars. It's been traded over $12 billion worth of that has been traded. It will never be fully diluted because there is no max supply. Ethereum will continue to be made available as it's being used. But the reason this is good because Ethereum has been used for many very interesting technologies, including security and banking technologies. Again, I always go to the websites. I go to the websites to learn more about the developers that have created this code, the investors behind it, the company, and if the technologies that are being used by this particular cryptocurrency, if that cryptocurrency is being used widespread and that blockchain is being used, I look at that. Now, let's go back. I want to explain something that I should have explained. Bitcoin and Ethereum are considered coins. And coins are different from tokens. Coins are like the parent, and tokens are the children. A coin has its own network and infrastructure and uses its own blockchain. They are like the originators of that particular blockchain. In Ethereum's case, it's Ether. Tokens leverage the blockchain used leverage the blockchain of that coin. So tokens can be created really quickly because they are using the blockchain of a coin. So there are many tokens, thousands of tokens out there that leverage Ethereum's blockchain, their network, and basically their coding. So Ethereum, to me, because it's a coin and it's not a token, Bitcoin because it's a coin and not a token. They both, to me, are better investments than just a quick token. Tokens come and go more easier than coins. Tokens are more stable. Tokens have a better foundation. I mean, excuse me, coins are more stable. Coins have a better foundation than a token because coins have their own network. Coins have created their own blockchain for them to exist. Tokens leverage coins. Ethereum is a coin. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of tokens that leverage Ethereum's blockchain. And so I think it's a good buy as well. But now let's just look at the chart. And let's just go to the 3-month chart to start off with. So we see earlier this year, Ethereum was at $4,800, about $4,800. In November, it fell down to $2,200 in January 24th, it looks like. Right now it's back at 3,000. So it looks like it would have been good to kind of buy on this dip, but how would I have identified that dip? Let's see. Let's go to all. Okay, so let's look at this. Wow. Just less than 2 years ago. You see, this would have been a great buying opportunity. Less than 2 years ago, Ethereum, let's look at it. It had gone up to 1200, 2018, came back down, took a dip. Wow, to $136 less than 2 years ago. Went up to a high of $4,216 in last year, 2021. So wow, think of what could have happened if you had bought this at $132 and it went up, and if you purchased a lot of it at $4,000 to $4,600. Now, let's look at the all-time chart again. Let's look at this area. This area right here, somewhere between 2,200 and $1,800 is a dip, and it's very well likely that Ethereum may go lower than this dip, but this wouldn't be a bad area to buy. Now, if it goes down further, I would say buy some more because of the technologies that leverage Ethereum's blockchain or Ether. I wouldn't. I think it's a stable buy. I don't expect it to go away overnight. I really expect Ethereum to grow. So I think it's a great purchase. I would try to see if maybe it comes down a little lower, but if you buy it right here, you're still buying it at over a $1,200 discount, $1,400 discount from the high that it reached just a year ago. So that's my analysis on Ethereum. I also like to look at historical data. If I don't want to look at the charts, I just look at the open and close. It just kind of scan my eyes, and, you know, how things have been. Just look at the numbers over the last year. Uh, so now let's go to the next one. Now let's look at Tether. Tether. Let's look at Tether. Tether right now is worth $1. One US dollar is equivalent to one Tether. Tether, again, the total supply that, you know, has at its current circulation is over 80 billion. In the last 24 hours, about $48 billion worth of Tether have been sold or purchased or exchanged, I could guess you can say. Tether has no maximum supply. So that makes me say, that means as the price of, as the circulation of Tether goes up, the total supply, the total supply of Tether goes up, the maximum supply is not there. So the more Tether sold, that doesn't mean that the price will go up because there is no limit to the amount of Tether. So that kind of makes me say, just something I'm noting. Also, if you look, Tether is a token. Tether is not a coin. Let's look at Tether's some information about Tether. I always again go to that website and I try to find more information about Tether. I'm just taking you through this as I do this. Tether hopes to be a disruptor in the financial system. I like to see, you know, more about, you know, who's adopting it. These are some of the companies that are actually adopting Tether on their platforms. Tether's real big in the financial market. You know, I look at why the token is being used. Uh, let's see. So this is something that I research out. I don't want to go into all this and reading all this, but I'm just showing you what I'm thinking about. Again, the more technologies and the more groups and the more companies that adopt a cryptocurrency, that kind of makes it more valuable. It becomes something that's not going to go away so fast. Also, this is really cool. Tether, they say, is backed by digital gold. By physical gold. Um, So that's one of the things that I look at. Tether's a token, it's not a coin, but it seems like it's being adopted a lot more. Additionally, I also again go to the explorers page and go to the community because I like to see what people are saying about this cryptocurrency. So I see Twitter, but do they have a Reddit community? I don't see one. Um, Maybe go to the white paper. Do they have a white paper? I guess they're asking you to create an account. So to me, I would kind of put Tether on the back burner because of how it's supported. Maybe so, maybe not. But let's look at the. I've not purchased it for myself. I say that. Let's look at the all-time charts with Tether. So Tether started off really started off at $1. Went up, went down. This is all time. This is 2015. Went up, went down, went up to 103. It went to 10 to it really hasn't gone down. Went down a little bit. 99 cent. So Tether really hasn't moved. It really hasn't moved much. This is not a coin, in my opinion, that you can use to make a lot of money from. I guess if you want to hold your money in Tether and maybe use it to stake, uh, and stake is basically like putting your money into an investment, kind of like a CD. There are many companies that offer staking, and we'll have videos on staking, so we'll go into that a little further. But uh, Tether is not something that I would invest in. It really hasn't moved. It doesn't. It's very has a very low volatility. You want something to have, a medium volatility. You want it to be able to move. You want to make money from it. This is very flat. So that's what I look at. Tether's for me not the best choice. Let's continue on. Okay, let's look at the next one. So I'll go back to the rankings. And now the fourth is BNB. So let's look at BNB. BNB is a coin, and it's also called Binance. There are several tokens that actually leverage Binance's blockchain. So that's a good way to initially look at BNB or Binance. So it's at $420.37 right now when we look at it as far as the US dollar amount. And this is interesting. The total number of BNBs that are currently in circulation is 165,116,761, but the max supply is 165,116,760. So basically, it's reached its max supply. So that means that Binance BNB, it should pretty much be at its peak of where it's going to be overall. So let me just look at this really quickly because this makes me curious. Let's look at the all-time chart. So if we look at all time, it started at somewhere around $1. I see it dropped down to lower than $1. 2017, it hit its peak at $646. It took a dip to $385. Um, has room to go up, possibly back up to $650. But it's come a long way. If possible, if you're willing to take the risk, it's good to look at cryptocurrencies and do the same thing with cryptocurrencies that you would do with your stock portfolio. Meaning you would have some things that maybe you'll invest in, but you wouldn't really mind losing a few dollars on. And then you would have some more stable cryptocurrencies, like you would have some more stocks that maybe you wouldn't want that you want to have your retirement in, something that you can build a 401k off of. And then you might have some things that are a mid-level where they're not too volatile, but they do move. So you have a mix of these things. So it would have been good to purchase Binance when it was at $17 and just take a chance on it. And so some of these, even though you may not be sure about them, just buy a few dollars worth, see how it goes. Remember, with cryptocurrencies, you don't have to purchase the whole entire cryptocurrency. You can buy half of it. You can buy, a tenth of it. That's the cool thing about it. So let's look at this. In the last 24 hours, BNB has been exchanged in what's equivalent to $2 billion worth. So that means it's very liquid. If you buy it, you'll be able to sell it and get your money out of it. If we were to look at BNB, again, this is a coin. You can learn more about it. Now, Binance is also an exchange, and so you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies in this on this site. Oh, but it does say it's unable to provide services in the US, but I can. So we go to Binance US if we actually go to that page. Um, and trust me, you can still buy it. So this coin, this is a good investment because there are other coins that use the platform. Again, we can find out more about it in the Reddit community, which I really love. I like the fact that it has a community. Again, so it's something that we want to consider. Again, it's a coin, but it also has an exchange. Um, they Binance in general is a cryptocurrency, an an infrastructure provider, meaning you can use Binance to actually purchase other products because it's an exchange. And so this is the coin that supports that. A lot of companies you'll see will create their own coin to support the technologies that they have. So for Binance, it's BNB. Okay, so now let's continue on. So far, we've gotten into the top four, and yes, 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 yes. I know I can be long-winded, but I love this, and I just want to show you what my thought pattern is as I go through this. And so after I've gone through a few coins, I hope hopefully you can look at these and be able to tell, is this a good investment? Is it not a good investment? Because that's what we're here for. This is not only a channel, this is a community. So the crypto team is just a group of us that love cryptocurrencies, love blockchains, love NFTs. And so we just wanted to share our knowledge with you, and just, share some of the questions that we've found answers to, and just really find out what it is that, maybe you're looking for an answer to. So if you have any questions, please comment. Again, also please like and subscribe to our page. We are not financial advisors. We're just people that want to learn and share the knowledge that we've learned so that we can all grow in this together. Because if you are investing responsibly, you can do well. Again, always invest responsibly. And any investment is a risk whenever you're buying anything, be it lottery tickets, stocks, 401ks, or cryptocurrencies. Please trade responsibly and never, ever, ever invest your last dollar. Please, please trade responsibly because these are things that have to grow. And when you're using your when you're investing responsibly, you have a better chance of doing well. Okay, that's my soapbox. Again, as I can be a little long-winded, but this is some good stuff. So now let's look at USD coin. It's called USD coin, US dollar coin, but it's actually a token. It is not a coin. Um, let's look first at the total supply. Now, the total supply is equivalent to $51 billion, but there is no max supply. Now, USD coin is often what's used to convert US dollars to a token, and this is also used to purchase other tokens. Now, if we look at USD coin, it's worth $1, equivalent to what a regular dollar would be. So it's not going to fluctuate much far from $1. So if we actually look at the chart, look at the all-time chart, it has gone down to 99 cents and it's really gone up to really $1. Yeah, it really hasn't moved. For investment purposes, USD coin is not something that you would use to invest in or grow your money in. USD coin is what you use to exchange your US dollar into so that you can purchase other coins or other tokens, because there are some markets or some exchanges that won't let you go directly from your US dollar to whatever coin or token that you want to exchange. So USD Coin is mostly used to do that. It's not something to invest in. It's mostly something for transactional purposes, in my opinion. Maybe you all can comment if you know anything different, but from what I've seen and what I've learned. So let's go on to the next one. USD coins work ranked number 5, and also this is because it's very liquid. It's what's used in doing transactions. In the last 24 hours, it was exchanged at $5.5 billion worth. So let's go back. Let's go to the next one. Hopefully we can get in a few more in the little time that we have left. So now let's look at Cardano. Now right now, Cardano is worth $1.13. It's at the total supply that's in circulation that's been used is at $34 billion. The max supply is at 45 billion. So we see that it's reaching, not still has several $billion worth, but it's reaching that max supply. So that makes me say, it's reaching the max supply. That means it's becoming scarce. That means it may continue to go up. In the last 24 hours, we've had $1.2 billion in circulation. So this is very liquid again, and that means since it's very liquid that if I purchase it, I can get my money out with no problems. Let's look at, we can skip past all the 1 day, 7 day, 1 month charts. And let's look at the all-time chart. So we see that this started off at 2017. And it went up as high as started off in 2017. I'm sorry, I apologize. At 2 cents. And then it went up as high as $2.96. It's taking a good dip right now. You see, it's gone to this low, and now it's in this area at $1.25. So it could possibly double. One thing I don't look for cryptocurrencies to do, and that's I don't necessarily expect them to go well beyond their all-time highs. So what I like to do is look at it, unless my plan is to hold it for a while. Now, if I had bought it here, when it was at 5 cents, then I wouldn't mind holding it. But I really don't mind, I don't plan to purchase them and hold them past their all-time highs. Sometimes they might, but just, if you want to take that money and reinvest it into something, unless there's a lot of steam behind it, and what I mean is you see them advertising it, and you see there's it's in the news or something like that, then I kind of look at it and say, how long do I really want to be in this? One thing I always I caution everyone to do is that when you're investing, before you purchase, have in mind whether you want to hold, whether it be a stock or cryptocurrency, whether you want to hold it for a long time, or whether you want to get out at a particular dollar amount. Just keep that in mind, because some things are only worth staying in, for a certain period of time. It's not good to just stay in for a long period of time. But have it in mind, do you want to stay in for a month? Do you want to stay in for a year? Some of the cryptocurrencies that are new, maybe you want to stay in until it gets to a certain, dollar amount. Maybe you want to stay in for several years and just hold it. But always have that in mind. So we see that Cardano is a coin, which means that it has its own blockchain and network that it uses. One thing I meant to show you that I did not, that I failed to do with the other ones, and I meant to do that, is that you can look at the markets tab. And on the markets tab, it shows you, again, this is another reason why I love CoinMarketCap. It shows you all of the exchanges that you can go to purchase that particular cryptocurrency. So, for example, I can buy Cardano on Binance. I could buy it on Coinbase Exchange. There's different types of Binance exchanges I can purchase this on, but you can buy them in different markets. And then the confidence, that's basically how much confidence they have in that particular market. So I really only, that particular exchange, I really only purchase uh, cryptocurrencies at highly rated exchanges. Again, if we decide to go to the white paper, we can learn more about Cardano. I also like to look at the developers. Um, Cardano is a blockchain that says for change makers, inventors, and visionaries. Well, what does that mean? So I want to find out more about, what Cardano is being used for, what technologies it supports, and all of that. Um, let's look at our developers. Who created Cardano? Does it have information about that? Or this might be for developers. But I really like to really dig into it. Now, some people may really not be so much concerned about the analysis of a particular cryptocurrency. Some just want to actually look at the charts. So let's just look at the charts. I always look at the charts as well. I learn more about a technology, the developers behind it, what it supports, but I also look at the charts. Let's look at the charts for Cardano. We see just last year it was at 5 cents. It went up as high as $2.96. Probably a good investment to have gotten into. Right now, it is as low as $1.05. See, so it took a dip into this area. It can either go a little lower, but right now, this looks like a pretty good place to buy. If I bought it at $1.05 and it can go up to $2.83. I think that's a pretty good buy. So at $1.05, you can buy $100 worth of it. And then if it goes back up to $2.83, then you can almost triple what you made. So Cardano looks like a pretty good purchase. Last 24 hours, it's been traded with over $1.2 billion worth. It's on its way to getting this max supply, so I do expect for it to go back up to at least $2.83. Yeah, this seems like a great option. And again, this is a coin and not necessarily a token. I just love going through these. And I misspoke. Bitcoin, yes, it was started in 2008 and 2009 it hit the market. But Coin Market Cap was started in 2013. And so you only find data going back to 2013 for Bitcoin. Now let's look at Solana. Uh, my goal is to get through the top 10. So Solana is a coin. It is currently ranked number 7. Let's look at the max supply. So, no max supply, meaning they'll continue to put this in circulation. It's the total supply is 511 million. In the last 24 hours, it has been about $2.2 billion worth of this has been traded. Let's look at really quickly. Let's go to the web page and we can, read documentation. Again, this is a coin. So remember with coins, they have created their own blockchain and other tokens leverage that blockchain. So because it is a coin, that makes it a little higher. Kind of, makes me say, they've gone the extra step. Here you can read the documentation about this coin and just learn more about it, but I won't go into that in the interest of time. They they say that they're one of the fastest blockchains. Um the fastest growing blockchain. That is to be researched. People always say that they're the fastest, but I'll look at that. Let's look at the chart. So let's look at the all-time chart. Excuse me. So let's see. This was started. Oh, and maybe it was one of the fastest growing blockchains and coins just last year. No, 2 years ago. In April, the price was 62 cents. It went up to $248. Right now, it's taking a dip. Right now, it's somewhere between $90 or 113, 115. So they might be one of the fastest growing cryptocurrencies. This has grown tremendously. Is this something worth getting into at $115? Very possibly so. I rank this on the good options list because of its growth and because of the potential that it has to grow. Noted that it's also a coin, which means it has its own blockchain, its own network, and so that puts it in the plus column to me. Let's go on to the next one. XRP. XRP is currently at 67 cents per US dollar. The max supply is 100 billion. Right now, the total supply, which is the supply in circulation, is at $99.9 billion. So it's almost reaching its max supply. Now, XRP is also a coin. It's been in the news a lot lately. It's at $1.4 billion worth of it has been traded in the last 24 hours. We can also, again, go to xrp.org, find out more information about it if we desire. Uh, but let's go back. They've been in the news a lot lately, and they have been growing. Let's look at the all-time chart. So XRP started at next to nothing. 2017, it was at less than 6 cents. It had gone up to $2.48. It's taking a dip right now. So this might be something to get into because it's worth less than $1. It is a coin. It has its own Reddit community. It has its own Twitter community. XRP is also known as a Ripple. So Ripple's investors, excuse me, have also been in the news a lot lately. But Ripple might be something to get into. Um, Again, also, one thing I want to mention is that if you don't want to actually go to the pages, to different websites, you can always stay, in CoinMarketCap and find out, what, what each product is, what each market is, and learn more about that. About Ripple, for example, and its platform, its payment platform that they created. So now let's so I'd say seems like it might be a good bet. Again, it has dipped. I don't know if you're noticing a trend here, but when Bitcoin dips, all of the other cryptocurrencies seem to dip. So everything is a low right now, and everything is at a good place to buy. Given that you actually research the currencies. So now let's go on to Terra. Terra, also Luna, named as Luna, it has no max supply. The total supply in circulation is 818 million. In the last 24 hours, it's traded at 1.8 billion. Has no max supply. Makes me say, Terra is a coin, meaning it has its own blockchain. It's at $57 right now. Let's look at the all-time chart. Oh, the all-time chart. So Terra started around 2020. It started at around, no, actually started, yeah, 2020. It dipped as low as 18 cents, went up to $98. In my opinion, based on where this dip is, I believe Terra can go a little lower. If you can buy Terra down here at $14 or $17, I think that would be a better bet. To me, Terra can go a little lower, but we can research that more. Again, Terra or Luna is its own blockchain. So other tokens have leveraged this. So because it's a coin, to me, it has greater potential than just just a token. And now let's look at this last one, Polkadot. Polkadot. Polkadot is a coin. I don't know if you've noticed, but the majority of the top 10 coins that or cryptocurrencies that we have looked at have been coins. And the reason that is because, again, coins create their own blockchain. They create their own network. And so tokens, again, leverage that network. Tokens can be created literally in 15 or 20 minutes. Coins take a lot more coding, a lot more skill. And so the chances of a rug pull where the investors and creators pull out all the money, it's a lot less likely with a coin than it is a token. Coins have the potential to grow more than tokens. Let's quickly look at Polkadot or Dot, Polkadot. And so it has no max supply. So that doesn't put it at the top of my list. But let's look at it further. In the last 1.24 hours, it's been traded 1.2 at $1.2 billion. And let's look at the all-time charts. Now, right now, it's at what's considered to be $21.87 at the time that I'm recording this video. It had dipped down to $5.18. If I look at this area that it's fallen in, I think it might be a good time to buy because it fell from a high and dipped all the way down to almost this low area. If you bought here, this wouldn't be a bad opportunity or a bad choice. And it could possibly go back up to $51, and that would be a great investment. Again, we can always look at the historical data. You can look at, where to the exchanges that you can use to purchase this. Uh, and one other thing, remember, you can always, excuse me, go and find out more information about that particular cryptocurrency. Polkadot, also named DOT, is considered to be an open source shared blockchain. So that's really interesting. It's great to reach out and to look at it and learn more information about it. Another thing is if you wanted to find out what the conversion rate of any cryptocurrency is, again, CoinMarketCap is the place to be. They are not sponsoring this video in any kind of way. I just have to give them, their props for all the work they put into this and all of the great features. So you can always, put your, you know, find out what it's worth in US dollars. I think that's pretty cool. You can also find out what this, we were looking at it in comparison to the Bitcoin, the price in Bitcoins. You can change your chart from US dollars to Bitcoins, to Bitcoin currency. So they pretty much are, they pretty much hug each other and, they're pretty close. But if I want to see what this is worth in Bitcoins, I can do that. So that way, if US dollar is not my current or primary currency, I can always convert it to Bitcoin. I think that's really cool. So I just want to thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We hope to bring you great content. You can also join our newsletter. If you look at the link below, you can join our newsletter and you can, hear great information from us about cryptocurrencies, blockchains, NFTs, how to get involved in trading and investing, just anything you want to know. Join the newsletter. It's totally free. We promise we won't spam you, and it'd be a great opportunity for us to grow and learn together. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for joining the crypto team, and we hope to see you back here real soon.